Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, Mystic Magic. In today's tarot pick card reading, we are going to be taking a look at what people love about you. I'm super excited about this one. Can't wait to see what it is that people love about you. So I have 4 piles prepared for you today to choose from. In pile 1, we have the Citrine Pyramid. Looks like this. Stunning. And we also have the Ancient Italian Tarot. In pile number 2, we have Rose Quartz. And we have El Dios de los Tres Tarot. In pile number 3, we have the Green Aventurine. And we have the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. And then in pile 4, we have the Angelite. And we have the Prisma Visions Tarot. So feel free to pause the video if you need some more time deciding which pile you're the most drawn to. And also if you're drawn to more than one pile, feel free to watch more than one. There could be messages for you scattered throughout multiple piles. A couple of quick disclaimers before we start. Tarot is a tool that reads the current energy, and energy is always changing. So if you hear something you don't like, know that you have free will and you have the ability to create change. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so all of the messages may not apply to you. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. There could just be some messages in here that are meant for other viewers that just aren't meant for you. With all that being said, let's go ahead and start with pile number 1. Hey there, pile 1. If you chose the Citrine Pyramid and the Ancient Italian Tarot, this is going to be your reading all about what people love about you. So I'm going to put your crystal up here. And we're going to start off by taking a look at some oracle cards that I've pre-shuffled. And then we'll get into the tarot. I'm doing something a little different today. So in this bag, I have a whole bunch of little paper cutouts with different keywords and things like that on it. So at the end, we're going to pull some of these for some final messages and find out what it is that people love about you. So for now, let's put your tarot off to the side. We'll get to that in a little bit. And let's start off by taking a look at your oracle cards. So to begin, we have number 43, Transition. The frequency of transition supports our deep understanding of the ever-changing nature of existence and our lives, so that we can learn to let go, surrender to the process, and allow transition to occur with ease and grace. We have Purity. Co-create, number 40. We have the Stingray, the water element. We have Soulmate with the root chakra. And we have You Are Light, number 56. So pile 1, what people love about you is your ability to start over. With transition here, it talks about letting go, surrendering, allowing the transition to occur with ease and grace. And people are just in complete awe of how it is that you manage to always walk away from situations that no longer serve you and start again. Because it's not an easy thing to do, and it takes a lot of strength, it takes a lot of bravery, It takes a lot of self-respect, and people just look at you and they go, wow. People look at you with a lot of respect. Like, wow, pile one really has the audacity in a good way though. Like, they really have the audacity to walk away from things that are no longer serving them. They're not afraid of endings and walking into the unknown and starting over. And it's not even just the fact that you can walk away and start over, but what you start over and what you end up creating for yourself just ends up blowing people's minds. Like with this sting right here, it's like you literally have the spine and you literally have the confidence to honor the transitionary periods in your life. And it's like, whether these endings and beginnings are something that you choose to do or something that's out of your control, you handle it with a lot of grace and you make it look easy. And that's something that people love about you. With soulmate and you are light, another thing that people love about you is that you are such a loving and compassionate person, that you always go after what's on your heart and you're not afraid to share your light, even if you've been in situations where you've been betrayed, if other people have hurt you or mistreated you in some way. That doesn't stop you from being a good person. Where other people may, react with anger or with bitterness or resentment or hold grudges, what people love about you is that you don't let those experiences lower your vibration and bring you down to the level of the people who have mistreated you. You stay in your light, and yeah, it's like you're a beacon of light for other people. People love that about you, that you have so much strength, strength of heart as well. You're a model for how to move through life and move through difficult situations with grace and with poise. It's like you have this inner wisdom, this inner knowing here with the owl and with the eyes here on the third eye chakra. It's like you have this inner knowing and this wisdom of when it's time to go, of when it's time to let go of certain things, of when things are no longer serving you and it's time to seek for something better. And people really love and admire that about you. They love that you don't settle and that you're willing to really create the life of your dreams, to really create a life that makes you happy. Because a lot of people stay stuck in their comfort zone, and while it's comfortable there's not a lot of room for growth, and it takes a lot of courage to break out of that comfort zone, and people really admire you for it. And especially with the transition card, I get the feeling that this isn't just like a one-time thing, like a situation where maybe if you've left a relationship that wasn't fulfilling, or if you left a job that wasn't making you happy or wasn't compensating you as you deserved. I get the feeling that this is just a theme in your life. Maybe you have strong Scorpio or 8th house placements. You don't have to, but that's the vibe that I'm getting. I just have a feeling that change and transition is a theme in your life, and you seem to go through it often. And people love that about you, that you're continuously growing, continuously evolving. And it's even got this appeal of like you're very exciting to people, because it's almost like, oh, I wonder what pile one's gonna do next. They've already done all of these, really cool and shocking things. What is coming next? I can't wait to see. I can't wait to find out. But somehow they always manage to pull it out of the hat, and it works for them. Somehow it just works for them, and people love that about you. Also, what I was mentioning here with soulmate and you are light, with the purity card, another thing that people love about you is that you're very forgiving. Like I mentioned, you don't hold any grudges, and you don't let other people lower your vibration. And you have this very just pure-hearted energy where you would never intentionally hurt somebody or hurt someone's feelings. I think you're definitely an honest person, but you can still be honest while being kind and compassionate, and that's something that people love about you. Yeah, with this purity card, it's like on one hand there's this innocence and pure of heart energy coming from you, but at the same time you're this really like intimidating looking wolf, you know, like you don't want to mess with pile one. Yeah, they're nice, but if you do them wrong, they're not going to stand for it. They're going to walk away and leave the situation because they have a lot of respect for themselves. And people love that. They love that you stand up for what's right. Oh, I just remembered. So when I was shuffling these cards, I kept hearing, you can't keep a good girl down. And it doesn't matter if you identify as a man or a woman, but that was the phrase that kept coming to mind. So it really makes me think that maybe you've been in some difficult relationships, especially romantic, and I think people have a lot of respect for you for leaving these situations where maybe you're not being treated right, or like if you're not getting what you need and what you want and you've done everything that you can, like you're not going to continue to stick around and wait for the other person to start acting right or for them to start delivering. You know, it's like, I've given you your chance and you're not coming through, so I'm not gonna keep wasting my time waiting for you to step up. I'm gonna just move on, and there's someone else out there who's already on that level and who can give me what I want. So I love this pile one. I love that you have so much self-respect for yourself, and I love this element of bravery and this like, it's almost like a sense of adventure of just riding this wave of change and seeing where it takes you, knowing that the things that are coming will be better than the things that have been left behind. So let's grab your tarot now and see if we can find out some more information about what people love about you. Okay, Spirit. What do people love about pile one? What do people love about pile one? Also, I'm noticing here's you are light, number 56. This reduces to an 11, and 11 is a master number, and it's a super powerful number that talks about manifestation and new beginnings, taking leadership, things like that. So with that and co-create, people love to see, like what I was saying before, just the life that you're creating for yourself or the opportunities you create for yourself, different projects you start. You're also really creative, and you're also a very well-balanced person, because here in the Stingray we have all of the chakras just in color lined up. So you're a very composed, balanced person. You're very mature, but at the same time you have this really light-hearted energy. Like, I feel like you're the kind of people that almost smile in the face of adversity. And people love that about you. Like, it's very intimidating, but in the best way possible. Like, you're very strong. You're very strong, but you don't let it harden you or toughen you or make you lose your childlike wonder that you see in the world. It doesn't make you lose this beautiful vision for yourself and the life that you want to have. So people also find you very inspiring. So Spirit, what do people love about pile one, please? Okay, so wow. We have the Ten of Pentacles. So So people also think, what people love about you is that it's like you seem to have it all. Like you've created all of this wealth and abundance for yourself. You've created this stability for yourself, the security. You put in all the hard work and the effort and the energy and the dedication into creating this for yourself, even in the face of change, which is really difficult. It's almost like your superpower is excelling in situations where other people may feel defeated. Like if you're going through a difficult time or you're going through a big change, like some people may give up, or they may lose confidence, or they may lose hope in the situation. They may feel lost and confused and they don't know what to do. And that's totally, a valid response to the situation, but it's like, it does the opposite to you. I get the feeling that it just like, it lights a fire under your ass. And it just gives you even more motivation and power to push through and to not give up. And not that you have anything to prove to other people, but it's like you want to prove it to yourself that you're not going to let these past circumstances or anything hold you back from what it is that you want to create. People also love like how successful you are at your career, or how talented you are, or how skilled you are at a certain thing. So there's probably at least one or two things that you're really, really good at, and it may feel just like supernatural to you. Like, oh yeah, like I've always been a singer. Like I don't even think about it really. Like, yeah, I guess I'm good at it. And people are like, oh my God, you have no idea how amazing you are at this. Okay, so let's see what else. What do people love about Paladin? Okay, wow, I literally knew it. Okay, so we have the Six of Cups and the Emperor. I knew the Emperor was going to come out for you. So exactly, with the Six of Cups, this is what I was saying about how you still have this like lighthearted, childlike, innocent energy to you. Because to me, the Six of Cups is just this like sweetheart energy. Like you're strong, but you're sweet, and you're so kind and caring. Also, people love your laugh, or when you giggle. That's also something coming to mind. You're also very giving. Like I feel like you give a lot of emotional support to people, or you really take the time to just sit there and listen instead of giving unsolicited advice. You also might have a lot of childhood friends or friendships / connections that you've had for a really long time. So people love that you're loyal. People love that you're reliable. They can count on you. Like you're not just a fair weather friend. And again, like I was saying, because the Six of Cups also talks about nostalgia and like the past and things like that. And people love that you don't let the past hold you back. Like the past doesn't equal the future for you. That you can always create something new for yourself. And yeah, we have the freaking Emperor here. So this is Aries energy. So you really have a lot of drive, a lot of this fiery ambition and desire to just grab life by the horns and make it yours. You know what I mean? It's yours for the taking. And it's like you've created this whole kingdom for yourself, this whole foundation, this whole beautiful landscape for yourself. Yeah, we were talking about balance before. You have a really good balance between your masculine and your feminine energy. And again, it doesn't matter if you identify as male or female. This is just energy that we're talking about, and everybody has both masculine and feminine energy. So your people love that you're not afraid to take action when it's necessary, and they love that to you, any changes or setbacks or anything like that, any bumps in the road, any obstacles, like you don't let it defeat you. And you recognize that sometimes things just don't go as planned, but that doesn't mean to give up on the goal. It just means to, maybe edit the plan a little bit, or take it as an opportunity to pull back a little bit and reflect and figure out how to move forward from here instead of just giving up. So let's see if we can get one more card. Spirit, what do people love about pile one? What do people love about pile one, please? Yeah, it's like you're in control. You're not just a bystander in life. Like, you go out and make things happen. You don't necessarily just sit there and wait for things to come to you. If there's something that you want and it hasn't happened yet, then you go out and make that change. Spirit, what do people love about pile one, please? One more card. What do people love about pile one? What do people love about pile one? Got one. So we have the Two of Cups reversed. Yeah. And on the back of the deck, we have the King of Cups. Yeah. So with the Two of Cups reversed, what people love about you is that you're not afraid to put yourself first. Whether this is in a romantic connection, in a work situation, whatever the circumstances are. Despite being a very loving, compassionate, giving person, you have really strong boundaries, and you don't let people just take and take and take from you if they're not reciprocating, if they're not being mutual about this energy exchange. So you just keep coming back to this message of people really love how much you value yourself and how much self-respect that you have. Because it takes a long time to build this kind of relationship with yourself and to really love yourself on such a level where you're willing to walk away from people and situations that aren't serving you. And it's like people see that it's like you would rather be alone than be in the company of people who either don't match you energetically or aren't reciprocating what you're giving to them. And I think that scares people a little bit. Like, they're afraid to screw up. They're afraid to mess things up with you. But it's also something that they love about you, because it's like they really learn a lot from you. They're like, wow, like pile number one is such a strong person. Like, how can I be like that? How can I show up in my relationships like that too? And like I was saying earlier, you're really well composed. Like you're not, despite having this Aries energy here, you're not easily triggered and you're not reactive to things. It's like you're more of an observer than a reactor, and you respond to things. That's it. You respond to things. You don't react to things. You're very mature. You have a lot of emotional intelligence. And I love that we have a king and an emperor. Like, you're just so regal. People love that about you. People love that you know your worth and you're not afraid to say it, and you're not afraid to stand up for yourself. And people also love how much potential you have. They really think that despite where you are in your journey now, whether you are already really, really successful and have accomplished so many things, or if you feel like you've only accomplished 1 or 2 things, people think that you're gonna go so far and they can't wait to see what you're gonna do and what you're gonna create in the future. It's almost like, also what I'm getting is like, I feel people gossip about you, but in a positive way. I don't mean gossiping like talking shit behind your back. I mean, like, when you're not around, people talk really positively about you and they're like, wow, did you see what pile 1's up to? Or like, yeah, pile 1, you know, left that relationship or left that friendship behind. Like, good on them for you know, standing up for themselves and not taking that kind of behavior. Like, I'm really proud of them. You're definitely a force to be reckoned with, pile 1. So I have 3 tea leaf oracles, and these are just going to be some additional messages on things that people love about you. So we have flowers, happiness. Yeah, like you have this kind of, it's not like a happy-go-lucky, but you create this happiness for yourself no matter what's going on in your life. And people really love and admire that about you. Even if times are tough, you don't let it get you down, and you count your blessings, and you still find things in your life that you're grateful for and that make you happy, and you focus on those rather than focusing on what's falling away. It's like your perspective makes all the difference. We also have wishbone, a wish is granted. I just heard, it's like you're your own fairy godparent. I love that. But with co-create here, it's like you definitely kind of conspire with the universe in the sense of like, when a change is happening or you recognize a change that needs to be made, you figure out the plan going forward, you figure out what the objective or your goal is, you make this whole plan, like, I'm getting almost like really specific. Like, you make a specific plan on how you're going to achieve it. And you put in all the actions you need to take, you put in all the energy and the time, and you really dedicate yourself to it. And it's like, you kind of always end up getting what you want because you never give up. And you hold this energy of belief of like, yeah, there's no way that I'm not gonna persevere and that I'm not gonna get through this situation. I love that. And then the last card that we have is career. Yeah, so whatever it is that you do for work, people really love and admire you for it. So whether this is you're really successful in your career, or like you're an industry leader, or maybe you're a trailblazer in a new kind of field, or maybe you do something really unique or creative. Whatever it is, people love that you're really passionate about your career. Yeah, and we have the 10 of Pentacles here. So if you aren't at the level of success that you envision for yourself, it's coming for you. You're going to achieve that in your career, absolutely. Especially with the kind of character that you have, like, there's no way that you're not going to achieve the level of success that you want. I love this for you, pile 1. Okay, so let's take a look now. I'm going to shake this bag up. It's got all kinds of little pieces of paper with extra little notes in it, and we're going to get some final messages for you. So what do people love about pile 1? What do people love about pile 1? So I'm just gonna... What do people love about pile number 1? Okay, so let's see. We have We have inner knowing, wisdom. Yep. Like I said before. We have decisions. Yeah, you're not afraid to make difficult decisions or to make decisions that are best for you, even if it kind of like goes against the grain or something like that. Teamwork. So like I said, how like you're not afraid to be alone and you're very independent, especially with the Emperor and another King card here. But at the same time, people love that you can collaborate and work together with others. And that definitely is attributed to your maturity. We also have the first house, Aries. I am. Yeah, exactly. Like you put yourself first. You are the focus of your life. Yeah, creative project. You must be working on something or projects that you've done in the past. People really, they just love to see what you're up to. You're so creative and you do all these different things. Even if it's just a hobby, people are like, that's just so cool. We also have the number 666, which I know that like in the media and stuff like that, people are like, oh, that's the number of the devil. It's not a bad number, so I don't want you to worry. We also have a 6 here with the 6 of Cups. And the number 6 is all about harmony, balance, unconditional love. And actually, so the number 666, if you reduce that, or if you add it all together, you get 18. And when you reduce that, you get a 9. And 9 is a very independent, solitary number. It's related to the Hermit. People love that you have so much self-love and self-compassion for yourself. We have February. So you could be, what is that? An Aquarius or a Pisces. Or you may have traits that are related to an Aquarius or Pisces, which actually makes a lot of sense because Aquarius is very revolutionary and Pisces is very dreamy, very creative. And those are all qualities that we've kind of touched on throughout your reading. We have Divine Counterpart. Yeah, and we have Soulmate here. And the 6 of Cups also does talk about soulmate energy. So if you are in like a happy, healthy relationship, people love that for you and people love your partner. If you're not, I think it's definitely something that you're attracting into your life. And people love that you don't let the fact that you're single stop you from doing the things that you want to do. So like, you know, where some people might be like, oh, I can't do that until I have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, or like, I can't do that till I'm married. Whereas you're like, if I want to go on vacation, I'll go by myself. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to let being single stop me from going on vacation or from doing this thing that I want to do. So good on you. Yeah, we have Authority, which I'm not surprised with the Emperor and all this Aries energy. We have Pluto. Yeah, exactly. I was talking about Scorpio 8th house energy. Pluto's all about change, transformation, the shadow. Happy home. Love that. So maybe you've recently purchased a home of your own, or you've kind of like moved out on your own for the first time and you've created this really lovely sanctuary for yourself, and people love the space that you've created and also the way that you've decorated or designed your space. People love that as well. They love your style. Oh my god. Speaking of travel, we have travel. So people love that you're really adventurous. You like to try new things. You like to experience new things. And they love hearing about all of your stories and your experiences. Yeah. And it's your travels or these unique experiences that you have really contribute to your perspective and like this wisdom that you have. Yeah. We also have masculine / yang energy. Exactly. You go out and you get things done. Aw, love. Yeah, you're such a loving, kind, sweet person. Okay, pile 1, that's everything that I'm seeing. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this video. Be sure to hit the post notification bell so that you never miss out on when I upload a video. I love you so, so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hey there, pile 2. If you chose the Rose Quartz Crystal and El Dios de los Tres Tarot, this is going to be a reading all about what people love about you. So I'm going to put your crystal up here. First, we're going to take a look at some oracle cards, and then we'll be shuffling the tarot together on camera. And then I'm also doing something a bit different today. I have this little bag that is filled with these little paper cutouts with different messages and keywords on them. So we're gonna pull some of these at the end to get some final messages for you. So for now, I'm gonna put your tarot off to the side. We'll get into that in a little bit. And we're gonna start off by taking a look at your oracle cards. So what do people love about you, pile 2? We have authority, number 10. The frequency of authority reminds us that true authority is power, directed and realized, yet receptive, wise, and loving. We have community. We have yang, number 1. Interesting. This kind of energy came out in pile 1 as well. We have the black egg, and this is related to the throat chakra. We have creation with the crown chakra. And we have accept and receive, number 24. So pile 2, what people love about you is that you command a lot of respect and you speak your truth, or you speak in general with a lot of conviction and strength. You're not afraid to speak your mind. You're not afraid to tell it like it is, but not in a destructive or harmful or a negative way. But you're not afraid of confrontation, and you're not afraid of, like, you know how some people are like, oh, I don't want to say this, or like share how I'm feeling because I don't want to upset people, or I don't want to make the situation uncomfortable. That's not your vibe. You're like, I don't really care if this makes you uncomfortable, or if this is like, you know, if this rocks the boat in any way. Like, if I have something to say, I'm gonna say it. You know, and people love that about you, even though they might be a little afraid or a little intimidated by it. But they love that they can count on you to give them the truth and to always be honest. And people really love that you're a true leader, like with authority, with yang energy, which is masculine energy. And it doesn't matter if you identify as male or female, this is just energy we're talking about. And everybody has both masculine and feminine energies, but you're a very strong leader in your community. So whether this is literally the community that you live in and you're really involved in, you know, like what's going on within the community, or if this is a work situation and you're a manager or you're a supervisor, you're a CEO, or just in your relationships in general, you're a true leader. And people love and respect the fact that you're also respectful of the people that you interact and communicate with. Like, you're not a dictator where you're, you know, like giving out commands and like telling people what they have to do in a bossy sense. That's not it at all. You are very receptive to listening to what people have to say, listening to their concerns, listening to their questions. You really work with people. And despite having this really strong masculine energy and being very vocal and outspoken, you're still very respectful of other people, and you're always coming from a place of love, even if your facade is more serious. I'm getting really strong Capricorn energy with this authority card, especially because the number 10 is the 10th house, which is the house of Capricorn, and it talks about career, reputation, your status. So people really love how hard you work and how dedicated you've been to get to the place where you're at now. People love that you're not afraid to put your nose to the grindstone and really commit and work and take action and really put yourself out there to get things done. Your cards are so interesting because on this side, it's like very bright and colorful. There's a lot of like yellows and blues and greens. And then on this side, it's more muted. There's more purples and grays and blacks. So it's like, on one hand, you're very vibrant, you're very powerful, you have a lot of confidence, you're an open and loving person. And on this side, it's like you're very intuitive, very creative, very much in touch with yourself and receptive. So it's like you're very well balanced. People love that you don't have a lot of pride in the sense of not being able to accept help. Like, you're absolutely proud of yourself in a healthy way, but you're not too prideful to, like listen to feedback or listen to suggestions, to ask for help when you need it. Despite the fact that you're, still this kind of leader. And people really love and admire you for that. And they also love that even when things seem unclear or confusing, that you don't let that cause you to have doubt. It's like you're this ray of light for people, and who clears the way and shows people where to go and how to do things. And you really teach people a lot. Another thing that I'm getting, you might be like an advocate or of some sort. Like, you might speak out on injustices of any kind, inequality. The rainbow here is making me think of the LGBTQ plus community. So that could be relevant for some of you. But there's a similar energy to pile 1 where you're very strong, you have a lot of power, you command a lot of respect, but at the same time, you're really loving and compassionate and take care of the people who are more vulnerable than you are, or who don't have the same means as you. Because with this black egg, it's, eggs are really fragile, but I see you know what it's like? It's making me think of a hen who adopts an egg that isn't her own, and she chooses to sit on this egg, keep it warm, let it incubate until it's ready to be born, and then she raises it as her own. That's the kind of vibe that I get from you. It's like you're willing to let anyone come into your community. It doesn't matter what their background is, what their story is, where they come from, what they've done. It's like you're welcoming and loving and accepting of everyone. And you really have this way of bringing people together and creating a support system where everyone can really rely on each other. That's so beautiful. Yeah, it's almost like you're a mother figure for some people. And again, it doesn't matter if you identify as a man or a woman or how you identify, but you give off that kind of maternal, protective, matriarch type energy. Okay, let's pull some tarot and see if we can find out some more information about what it is that people love about you. Okay, Spirit. What do people love about pile 2? What do people love about pile 2? So we have the Page of Pentacles. What do people love about pile 2? What do people love about pile 2? Ooh. Okay, we also have the Knight of Swords. Ooh, okay, we have the, so we have the Ace of Swords. I'm not going to be taking these. And then we also have the Ten of Wands. And underneath the deck, we have the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Aw, we have the Ace of Cups underneath that. Yeah. So with the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Swords here, it's just reiterating what we were already talking about your communication skills. You speak with a lot of clarity and conviction. So you could be like a public speaker of some kind. You could be a writer or a musician, a storyteller, an editor, a journalist as well. You speak with a lot of elocution, and like I was saying before about even when things are confusing, you find a way to create clarity and to see past all of the fog and to see past all of the illusions. And it's like you get down to the bottom of things and you find out the truth. But also what people love about you is that people love your story, because I think you've been through some really difficult times or some difficult situations with the Ten of Wands and the Five of Pentacles here. But you had the strength and the courage and the perseverance to rise above that and to overcome it. And now that you've gotten to a better place and you've really grown and evolved, you share your wisdom with people who may be in the same situation or with people who are struggling in their own ways. It's not like you just kind of went through some hard times and you got through it and you're in a better place now, and then it's like there's no looking back, like I'm just moving forward and I'm gonna try to forget about all of that. For you, it's like it hits really close to your heart, and people love that you don't leave others behind. Almost the vibe that I'm getting is like, for example, like if you grew up in a really low income household or a low income neighborhood, or you lived in poverty, for example, and you really struggled in that sense of not having like your basic needs met, maybe not having the education that you would like to have because you didn't have the money to go to school, but somehow you found a way to persevere and you started your own business and now you're really successful, and you know there's more than enough to go around, and you have your own home for the first time, and you can buy things that you like, and you can go on vacation. And now it's like, instead of just living off in this world by yourself that you finally made it out, it's like you're coming back to your community and you're giving back, or you're helping people to overcome their circumstances and become a leader in their own right. Give them the wisdom, give them knowledge that they can use to rise above this. That's the kind of vibe that I get from you. And people just absolutely love and appreciate this so much about you, where it's like you easily could have just, you know, carried on with your life and run away as far as you could from the situation, but it's like you choose to come back and to help these people, to help them create this, like this new journey for themselves. I mentioned how the Authority card was giving me really strong Capricorn energy. Oh wait, I don't know if these are rams or if they're like mountain goats, but if it's a mountain goat, then There's another synchronicity there. Another thing people love about you is that when you have a vision for something or when you have an idea, you really fix yourself on that goal or on that dream, and you let nothing get in your way until you achieve it. You really take action towards the things that you want, and you're really confident in your abilities, in your talents, in your skills. With all the butterflies here in the community card, there's more butterflies here in the Ace of Swords, and this beetle is also making me think of how like you've created such great change for yourself and you've really grown and transformed a lot. Like if you went to a high school reunion or something, people would be like totally shocked at how far you've come and how different you are now versus from when they knew you. In a great way. In a great way, I want to make that clear. So people just love how hardworking you are and how you never give up, and it's really an inspiration to other people who are struggling, because by sharing your story and by sharing your struggles and sharing how you came out of that and moved forward really helps so many people, whether you know it or not. And so people love that you have this vulnerability to you as well, and that you're so open to helping and sharing and really spending a lot of time like listening and helping others. Seem like such a wonderful person, pile too. Let's take a look at I have some tea leaf oracle cards here, and these are going to be extra messages about what it is people love about you. So we have Arrow, you're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. Yeah, so we have all these mountains in the background, and it's like, even when things are really tough, even when there's obstacles and adversity, like you find a way to soar above that and to find a way through. People love what you're doing with your life. And like how I was saying with the Knight of Swords here and Yang energy, it's like when you have a goal, when there's something that you envision for yourself, it's like you hit bullseye every single time. Like once you release that arrow, there's no stopping it, and you always hit the target. And like the Knight of Swords, who moves very quickly, it's the fastest moving of the knights. It's like there's really no stopping you when you have your mind made up about something. I love that. So we also have Kite, vacation. Interesting. So people also love that you know how to have a good time too. That it's not all serious business with you 24/7. It's like you know that when it's time to work and when it's time to play, and you really like to enjoy yourself. It doesn't have to be the most extravagant thing in the world, like, you know, taking a trip overseas and staying at a 5-star luxury resort. Like, that doesn't have to be the case. You can have a good time just sitting at home with your friends, cooking a meal together and watching a movie. You know what I mean? People really appreciate your company, and you're there in the serious times and in the difficult times, and you're also there to help lighten the mood and to make people laugh and forget about their troubles. Yeah, like you have this like calming, relaxing kind of energy to you, where when people are with you, they feel like, okay, everything's gonna be okay. Like, I have Pile 2 here. Pile 2 is gonna help me, or they're gonna support me. You're a really good friend to people, and people love that. And then the last card that we have is Bouquet. Compliments from an admirer. Literally. So in a video talking about what people love about you, we have compliments from an admirer. So I get the idea that you don't even realize how many people love and admire you. I'll even go so far as to say that people who you don't even know love and admire the work that you do in your community or in your job or they hear through other people the really amazing, kind things that you've done to help other people. That's so nice. Also, maybe you have some kind of like a charity, or you like to donate or volunteer, things like that. That's what the Page of Pentacles is making me think of. Like you give to other people. You help to get them off the ground. You start to get the ball rolling for them or with them. And then it's like you hand it off to them and let it take it over. Because sometimes, you know, people really have this strong desire to create change or to pull themselves out of difficult situations, but they literally just don't know how. And by being able to talk and collaborate with someone who's been in that position, it really gives that initial push that they need. And then once they've learned that kind of wisdom from you, it's like they now have some momentum and they can carry themselves forward. So some zodiac signs with the Page of Pentacles, we have Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. And with the Knight of Swords, we have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So you may have those placements in your birth chart. You don't have to, but I like to throw it out there for people who like to use that as confirmation. Okay, so now we're going to shake this bag up. I have all kinds of little scraps of paper with different keywords and things like that on them. And we're gonna get some more final messages about what people love about you. So, what do people love about pile 2? What do people love about pile 2? Okay. What do people love about pile 2? What do people love about pile 2? Okay. Yeah. I just mentioned Libra. Now we have the 7th house, Libra, I balance. Exactly. So at the beginning we were talking about how you seem to have very well balanced masculine and feminine energy, but also so the 7th house is all about relationships and partnerships that we have with other people. And so people love that you have a lot of friends, you have a lot of acquaintances. It's like wherever you go, you know somebody, and you're always saying hi to people, and people know who you are wherever you go. It's like you have really amazing relationships. We also have teamwork. This came out in pile 1 as well. And yeah, that's kind of almost going hand in hand with the 7th house here. It's like you really know how to collaborate with people, how to work with others. Again, it's like you create this sense of community where there's a lot of people with different perspectives and different backgrounds, but yet you find a way to make it cohesive and synergistic instead of it being this like chaotic mess that can sometimes happen when you have a lot of different types of people coming together. We have divine counterpart. This also came out in the first group. So if you're in a happy, healthy, committed relationship with someone, people really love your partner. They think that you're really great, that you make a really great team. And maybe this is something that you guys do together. If you're single, I'm seeing this as like people almost seeing you as this divine counterpart, and not in the romantic sense, but more of like in a divine teacher kind of way. It's like you come into people's lives exactly when they need you the most, and you uplift them, you share your wisdom, you help them out, and then you set them free and let them go off to do what it is that they need to do. Yeah, it's almost like you're like an angel to people. That's so sweet. So we also have slow and steady. So you're not an impulsive person. You really like to think things out and plan things and make sure that, you know, things are logical, things make sense. And then that's when you take your action and you really go for things. You're not the kind of person who just has an idea and then like on a whim just starts making decisions without having a plan for it. So people love that you have this really patient aspect to yourself as well, especially since you collaborate and work with so many different types of people. We also have the 12th house, Pisces, I believe. Yeah, people love that you're really hopeful. You have this optimism, but it's not like a naive kind of optimism because like you've seen the struggle. And because you've seen the struggle and you've risen out of it, that's why you have this optimism, because you're like, I know it can be done because I've been through it myself. And you share that message of hope with others. You could also be really creative or into the arts with the 12th house Pisces energy here. So if you do create any kind of art, people really love that about you. They love the work that you create, the message that you share with it. Oh my god. You see that? It says hope. Oh my god. Yeah, synchronicity, man. We have manifestation. So people love that you really make things happen for yourself. Everything that you have in your life, like you've manifested and you've made that happen. You had the vision for it, the idea for it. You put in all the work, the time, the energy. You took the action when it was required. You accepted and received when it was time to do so. And you've manifested and created all of these beautiful things for yourself. And people love that and they find it so inspiring. Yeah, we have leadership. Exactly. We have September. So you could be a Virgo or a Libra. Interesting. Or you could have those kinds of like characteristics about yourself. So again, like very diplomatic, very balanced, very harmonious, very analytical, meticulous. You could also have like a really great routine, like a daily routine or something that people really love about you. I think they find it endearing. Like if you have a specific kind of routine, or it's like, I can't go to bed unless I do these things first, or like, nope, I refuse to check my email until like I've gone through my morning routine. And people like that you take care of yourself. Like you really respect your health and you try your best to live a healthy lifestyle. We have public recognition. Yeah, absolutely. With the community card here and all of this leadership energy. Oh, and I said earlier that like you're the kind of person that whenever you leave the house, you run into all these different people you know, and people say hi to you everywhere. And yeah, exactly. Like people you don't even know who you are and the things that you do. So we have new mindset idea. Yeah. The person that you are today is not the person that you've always, or that you were in the past. And you allow yourself to stay open and to learn from different perspectives, from different ideas. Doesn't mean that you always necessarily take those things on, but you're open to learning about it. We have wealth. Yes. So you've created so much wealth for yourself. I feel like the wealth that you've created for yourself is in surplus, and that you're able to give back to the community in some way. Oh, we have destiny. Wow. So I think that the things that you've gone through in the past, these difficult situations, was a part of your path, because had those things not happened, it wouldn't have given you the push that you needed to rise above it and and grow. There's certain lessons that we can only learn through really tough situations. As unfortunate and as hard as that can be, that's just the case sometimes. And like, exactly, you're on the right path, right? This is all part of your destiny. We have action and adventure. So you're definitely a busy kind of person. I feel like you're always doing something new and people love that about you. Things are never stagnant. You're never necessarily doing the same old. Even though I did mention routines, it's like, I feel like you have a routine that you like, but your daily life is also just really different. And that's why you like to have a routine, to have some kind of consistency in your life, because everything else may be a little bit busy and chaotic. So we have the 4th house Cancer. I feel exactly like you really make people feel at home. You make people feel welcome, and you really feel for other people's struggles or what they've gone through in the past or where they're struggling at now. And oh yeah, I had said that you have that like maternal matriarch type energy, and yeah, confirmation with Cancer there. We also have analytical. Yeah, I mentioned that when we were talking about Virgo. Ooh, okay, let's look at this one. We have study. So you definitely like to learn. Definitely, yeah, like to learn about new ideas, new topics. You like to grow and evolve, and people love that about you. It's like you're always doing something. We have the 2nd house Taurus. Wow, there's a lot of different houses and signs that are coming out. There's water with Pisces and Cancer, and then we have air with Libra and the Knight of Swords, and a lot of earth energy. Taurus, I have the 2nd house is all about our worth. It's about what we value, about material possessions. So you've worked really hard to create this wealth and to, manifest all of these like physical possessions that you have now. And now you may be teaching others how they can do the same thing. Okay, and the last one that we have is end of cycle. So people, yeah, we have the 10 of Wands here, and the 10s talk about and like completing a cycle. So people really love and admire that like you're able to see things through till the end, and that you're also like you have the wisdom and the perspective to notice when things have run their course and when things no longer serve you, when it's time to leave something behind and to start something new, to take those lessons and to transmute it into something new. So that's everything that I'm seeing for you, pile 2. Let me know in the comments how this resonated for you. I love doing this reading today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this, and be sure to hit the post notification bell so that you never miss out on when I upload. I love you so, so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hey there, pile 3. If you chose the green Aventurine and the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot, this is going to be your reading all about what people love about you. So I'm going to put your crystal up here for now. First, we're going to take a look at some oracle cards that I pre-shuffled, and then we're going to get some more information with the tarot. We're going to shuffle that on camera together, and then I'm doing something a little bit different today. In this bag, I have a whole bunch of little paper cutouts with different keywords and numbers and things like that. So we are going to pull some of these messages together to get some final messages for you on what people love about you. So I'm going to put your tarot off to the side. And we are going to start off by taking a look at your oracle cards. So we have Cosmic Flower, number 18. The frequency of Cosmic Flower activates a remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. Love that. We have freedom. Serendipity, number 18. Love this. We have the turtle with the water element. So you actually got 2 of these chakra cards. We have instinct with the crown chakra. We have abundance with the solar plexus chakra. And we have move beyond intention to belief, number 5. So pile number 3, what people love about you is you are such a free spirit. You're really adventurous. You really like to go with the flow and kind of follow the beat of your own drum. With freedom here and all these birds flying, and even in serendipity here, it's like this figure is just kind of floating away with this clover. You really don't like to be tied down. You really value your freedom. I think you like to kind of go against the grain, because this card number 5 here, move beyond intention to belief, is making me think of the Hierophant in tarot, which is ruled by Taurus. And I feel like you don't really like to conform to the status quo, and people love that about you. Honestly, the kind of vibe that I get from you is very hippie-like. And I mean that in a really amazing way. I think you're a really open-minded person. I think you love to learn about all different kinds of things, like different topics, different hobbies. You probably love to travel and just like experience new cultures, experience new places, new food, new art, new people. And you love to share the stories of your experiences with other people, and other people love hearing about your adventures. People probably say that you're an old soul, and you may feel that way yourself, especially with the turtle here. So you're probably very mature, very chill person, like really calm. You're not in a rush to do things. You like to take your time, and you just kind of like to follow where the wind takes you. I feel like you don't make a big deal about things, like if plans change or if something doesn't go according to plan and now you kind of have to do something else. I feel like you're the kind of person that's just kind of like accepts that and takes that on, and it's like, all right, cool, like that's what we're doing now. And people love that about you. I feel like you're also very much connected to nature. I feel like you like to spend a lot of time outdoors in different kind of like scenery. So like going hiking, going camping, you know, like going to the beach, or maybe going skiing, things like that. You like to spend time outside, just observing and experiencing nature. I think that's how you ground yourself. And it's really freeing for you to connect to nature and to just kind of tune into that natural animal instinct. You really follow what you believe in, even if it doesn't make complete logical sense. You just kind of follow where your heart is leading you. You follow where you're being called to go. I think you're a very happy-go-lucky person. Like, you have a really high vibration, you exude this really positive energy, and people really appreciate that about you. Another thing people love about you is that they think you're a really lucky person with serendipity here, with the 4-leaf clover, and also with the abundance card. It's like people think that like so many amazing things happen to you almost without you even trying. Like all of these blessings and all of these amazing opportunities, all of these experiences that you have, it's like whether you're trying to go after it or not, they just kind of fall into your lap, and people are always just so amazed and kind of shocked and just can't believe like oh my God, like, I can't believe that's happening to pile 3, but also at the same time, I'm not really surprised because that's totally a thing that would happen to pile 3. Like, if you get what I'm saying. But you have a lot of abundance in your life, whether this is material wealth or just an abundance of beautiful experiences, an abundance of friends, an abundance of creativity, whatever the case is. You just seem to have a lot of really amazing, beautiful energy around you. And it's like, yeah, it's like you don't even have to do anything. Like, just by being you and putting out such good energy into the world, like, all of these beautiful things then come back to you. I think you may feel like you don't belong anywhere specific, but yet you also feel like you belong everywhere. So with this cosmic flower, so it says, it activates a remembrance of the place we call home, the core from which we pour our magnificence out into the world. And yeah, I feel like you have this kind of like nomadic energy to you where, yeah, like there's not one place in specific that you feel like you want to settle down, at least at this point in your life. But everywhere you do go, it's like in some way you feel connected to it, and you, like, a part of it really resonates with your soul. So people really admire how kind of like worldly you are. Yeah, it's really strange. It's like you blend in everywhere you go, but you also really stand out everywhere you go. I don't know how else to explain it. I hope that message resonates for you and you understand what I'm trying to say. Another thing people really love about you is that whether you know it or not, you really teach people a lot by you sharing your experiences, by sharing your wisdom and your knowledge that you've gained throughout all of these different journeys that you've been on. People really learn a lot from you. You might have strong Sagittarius or 9th house energy in your birth chart. You don't have to, but that's kind of the energy that I'm getting. Like, you have a very open mind. You might be like really philosophical and think about like the big questions, deep questions, think about like the universe and things like that. And by sharing your opinions and things like that, it really expands people's perspective and their minds. And it's like, and they're just like, wow, pile 3 is just so, they're so wise, and not in a, you know, like a condescending way, but in an inspiring way. On the theme of nature and all of that, you might really love animals. So you could be into like animal advocacy, or maybe you're vegetarian or vegan. You could be like an environmentalist in some way, or a humanitarian, like maybe you do some kind of charity work for giving back to the environment, or like outdoor cleanups, cleaning the beaches, picking up garbage at the park, or, you know, going off to less developed countries and helping to like build schools and things like that. Like, that's really the kind of vibe that I get from you, like doing things for the greater good of the earth and for the greater good of people who are maybe less fortunate or more vulnerable than you are. So people love this really generous, caring, compassionate energy that you have. You really care, and you're really present and in the moment. You really enjoy yourself, and you really savor these experiences. You don't just kind of like, you know, like some people will just kind of sit there on their phone the whole time, like not really connecting with people or not really taking in this beautiful view that's happening outside of the window or something. But you'll sit there and totally fully connected and present, and really think about how that experience is changing you and what you've learned from it, and how you can take that into your life going forward. It's really, really deep and philosophical energy, and people love that about you. But you also have this kind of like this childlike energy where you're really curious, you're really adventurous, you get really excited about things, you always want to try something new. You're not afraid of the unknown or of failing. Like, you just want to go out and do things and like have fun while you're doing it, you know? Such a beautiful energy. I love this. So let's take a look at your tarot. We'll pull some cards together and see if we can find out a little bit more on what people love about you. Yeah, you also might like to enjoy like trying new cuisines or different types of food is something that I'm hearing as well. So, Spirit, what do people love about pile 3? What do people love about pile 3, please? What do people love about pile 3? Ooh. So we have the 6 of Pentacles. And we have the 2 of Swords. Okay. What else, please? What do people love about pile 3? So we have, yeah, totally makes sense. The 3 of Wands. Let's see if we can get one more card. What do people love about pile 3? What do people love about pile 3, please? Oh, the 10 of Cups. Yeah, I love that. I had a feeling this was going to come up for you. And then on the back of the deck, we have the King of Wands. Yeah. So something else that people love about you, pile 3, is when you're faced with making a decision or if you've hit some kind of obstacle or roadblock, you really tune into your intuition and use your intuition as a guide to solve this problem. You really rely on your instincts. You're really in tune. I wouldn't be surprised if you're very spiritual or even religious, but whatever the case is, you really rely on your sixth sense, if you will, and seeing where your heart is guiding you. It's you take less of a logical approach to making decisions or solving problems, or even just approaching life in general. I think for you, it's all about how does this make me feel? Or what kind of feelings do I want to call into my life? And not necessarily about what makes the most logical, rational sense. With the 6 of Pentacles here, yeah, I mentioned before about doing some kind of like volunteer work, humanitarian work. You're so generous and compassionate. People love that about you. I feel like you're the kind of person who would, what's the saying? Like you'd give your shirt off your back for someone else who needed it, like for a friend who needed it. And it's like, even if you don't have a lot to share, you're still willing to share what you do have with those that you love. And people really love that about you. And the 3 of Wands definitely also is just reiterating your love and desire for travel, for stepping outside of your comfort zone, really taking risks. You're not afraid to leave the past behind you. I think the unknown excites you a lot because when nothing is certain, everything is possible. And people love that about you because it takes a lot of courage and strength and confidence as well to step outside of your comfort zone and pursue different things or take on new challenges. And not everyone is like that. And even if it feels really natural and normal to you, it's something that people really love and admire about you. I just heard that like people can't keep up with you, or they wish they could keep up with you, in the sense of You're always going off doing these amazing things, ideas that no one's thought of or maybe are really outside of the box and unconventional. And you make it just seem like super casual and normal. Like, yeah, I just booked a trip. I'm gonna be going to Guatemala for a month by myself, and I'm gonna be, you know, living with a local family there and helping them on their farm. And people are like, what? Like, that's crazy, but that's also really cool. And like, oh my God, okay, like, aren't you nervous at all? And you're just like, no, like, it should be fun. Like, you just have that, like, a really optimistic energy about you. Like, the Ten of Cups is such a beautiful energy. This talks about ultimate emotional fulfillment. This talks about having a happy family. And so I feel like, despite the fact that you have this kind of nomadic spirit, that you still have a really great group of friends and family and loved ones that you can always like connect to. And I also think that you make a lot of friends in the different places that you go. And it's like you have friends all over the world. And it's like you can go anywhere and you'll know someone from that place, is kind of what I'm getting. Or when you go to visit a new place, you message some of your friends and they're like, oh, actually, I have a friend who lives in that city. Like, I'll connect you with them and I'm sure they'll let you, you know, like stay at their place so that you don't have to stay at a hostel or at a hotel or an Airbnb or something. Like, there's this, yeah, this like serendipity, this luck of like things always just end up working out for you in some way. But you're definitely the leader of your own life. You have this grand vision of how you want your life to be, things that you want to do, goals that you have, and you're the ruler of this empire. You're a visionary and really unique as well, and people just love this about you. In terms of zodiac signs, with the King of Wands here, we have fire signs, so Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Yeah, I think you're someone who's just really passionate about life. You get really excited and you get really motivated to make things happen, to move forward. You don't like to be stuck. You don't like to just be in one place for too long. You like the excitement of something new. And people just absolutely love this about you. You're also really independent as well. Like, while you have so many friends and so many connections in different places, yeah, and like acquaintances as well, you have no problem doing things on your own. Like, you're not gonna sit around and wait for someone to like go out and do something with you. If you wanna do it, you're just gonna go do it. Whether that's like going to see a movie, going to an art gallery, going to this new restaurant that you want to try out. Like, if none of your friends are available, you're still gonna go anyways because you want to experience it. I love your energy so much. So I have a few tea leaf oracle cards here. These are going to be extra messages and things that people love about you. So we have carrot, opportunity, or windfall. Yeah, like, you just seem to attract all of these amazing opportunities and people are like, how do you do that? Like, how does this happen to you all the time? We have bull, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. Yeah, so actually interesting because move beyond intention to belief. I said that this makes me think of the Hierophant, which is ruled by Taurus, and the bull is like the sign for Taurus. So people, I think you're a little bit stubborn at times, but they love you for it because you have so much, yeah, you have so much strength and fortitude, and when you want to do something, you're gonna do it and nothing's gonna stop you, right? It's really in line with this King of Wands energy too. And like, some people may not be supportive or agree with this whole kind of lifestyle that you enjoy so much, but they respect you a lot for standing up for yourself and not backing down. Like, you always stay true to yourself And people can't help but love you for that. Because there's a lot of people out there who, you know, if they're met with negative comments and things like that, that they feel like they have to change themselves in order to please other people. But that's not you, pile 3. You're like, like, I'm gonna get what I want. And I'm gonna do what I want. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, kudos to you. You should do what you want. And as long as you're not hurting anyone or yourself, there's no reason why you shouldn't, you know, live this kind of lifestyle. And then the last card that we have is June. So you could be a Gemini or a Cancer. You don't have to be. But so Gemini is ruled by Mercury in the third house, which also does talk about travel, and it deals with communication as well. So to me, that's more confirmation about what we're talking about on how you love traveling and going to new places, meeting new people. I feel like you're the kind of person where, like, if you're taking a cab or a taxi somewhere, that you'll like chat with the driver the whole time. Or you'll just like talk to the store owner, talk to random people on the street, and like you just get into these conversations with people, even if it's just for like a few minutes long. Like you're such a people person, and people love that about you. Like you could hold a conversation with anyone. And with Cancer, so it's interesting because Cancer rules the 4th house, which is all about our roots. It's about like the home, our foundations, our ancestry. It kind of seems like the opposite of what we've been talking about in some ways. How maybe you feel like you have no fixed home base, or maybe you're traveling and trying to experience all of these things so you can figure out like where you want to root yourself. Interesting. But Cancer is also ruled by the moon, and the moon is, you know, all about the emotions and is very intuitive, which again is in line with things that we were talking about before. But even with this imagery on the card, I think people just think that you're such an angel. And it's just like you give all of this beautiful energy. You exude this energy without even realizing it sometimes, and people just love that about you. Oh, also, okay, so this angel is like giving these flowers, and we also have the cosmic flower. People just think that you're precious, and I just heard people love that you smell good. So there's something. But I think, yeah, they just love that you're a precious soul, which with so much to give and to share to others. It's really beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to shake up this bag, and inside I have all of these little bits of paper with different keywords on them. And these are going to serve as our final messages as to what people love about you. So, what do people love about pile 3? What do people love about pile 3? Okay. What do people love about pile 3? Okay, let's see what we have. So we have karma. Interesting. I think pile 3, that because of your generous and compassionate nature, that people think that you must have really good karma. With all this serendipity, this opportunity and windfall, the way that all of these wonderful and beautiful things just line up for you and you seem to effortlessly attract them, People think you deserve it because of the good energy you put out, and that good energy comes back to you in way of all of these beautiful experiences and travels and connections that you make. Wow. We have Mercury. What did I say? Yeah. You definitely love to talk to people. You definitely like to move around. We have 888. 8 is all about abundance. It's all about good luck and fortune. We have self-victimization. So what I'm getting with this is people love that, like I said before, you really take control of your life. And if you're faced with any obstacles or unfavorable situations, like, you're not just gonna give up and be like, all right, well, that's just how things are. No, you're gonna really tune into yourself and take control of the situation and be like, okay, how do I fix this? How do I change this? What are my instincts telling me to do? And people love that. They find it really inspiring. We also have 666. This came out in another group. So 666 is not an evil number. It's not like the number of the devil. The number 6 is all about harmony, unconditional love, balance, and we even have the 6 of Pentacles here. So people love that you're just such a warm, loving person, and that you have a lot of love and respect for yourself as well. Oh, we have I love you. That's so sweet. Yeah, people just love you for you. They wouldn't want you to change ever. Oh, how sweet. We have self-expressive. Yeah, especially with Mercury here. Definitely love to share your opinions about things. We have legacy. So I think I think family is important to you, and maybe having your own family in the future. And I think you really want to be able to share your wisdom, share your experiences, share your abundance, and be able to pass this down to your children or to your community, to your friends, just people that you really love. You have such a wealth of wisdom because of your life experiences, and it's invaluable. And I think that you really want to just share that with people so that maybe they'll learn from it too and grow in some way. We have craftsmanship. So people love that you're really creative. You definitely like to make art, whether that's like painting, sculpting, maybe like carpentry. You're an artisan of some kind. And I think maybe this is also something that you love to do when you travel. Like, the visual that I'm getting is, so you're in a foreign place and you're with the local community, and for example, like learning how to weave baskets or learning how to make cultural garments or things like that, or learning how to make pottery. Having different experiences like that. People find it really interesting and really impressive. Yeah, we have inner knowing and wisdom. People really learn a lot from you. Ooh, we have destiny. Yeah. I think it's definitely your path to be this free spirit. Everyone learns lessons in different ways, and I think it's your destiny that you really learn the best through your experiences of travel and freedom. We have hope. You give people a lot of hope, especially in today's day and age. There's so much pressure to conform. There's so much pressure to blend in. And, you know, sometimes people are like ostracized for going against the grain. There's this saying in Japan that goes something like, the nail that sticks out gets hammered down. And I think you really inspire people and give people hope that you don't need to follow what everyone else is doing if that doesn't really make you happy. That it's okay to forge your own path. Aw, dream come true. I can't. These are so sweet. Yeah, I think you're really just a dream come true to people. If you are in like a happy, healthy, committed relationship, your partner thinks that you're an absolute dream. Like, you're everything this person ever could have wanted, imagined, wished for, and more. Like, you're just a miracle. And if you're single, whoever your divine partner is still thinking those things about you. And they're just so excited for the day you unite. Yeah, with all of this, like with the crown chakra here and your connection to your intuition and emotions and all that, I wouldn't be surprised that if you and your divine partner meet in like the spiritual realm, the astral realm, you might dream about this person or connect with them in your dreams. Or you or this person could have dreamed of each other before you actually met in real life, and then you meet in real life, and then it's like literally a dream come true. So yeah, we have communication. Exactly. I'm also getting like maybe you have some kind of like a podcast, a blog, a YouTube channel. Maybe you give talks, or you wrote a book, or you want to write a book on your experiences. Maybe that's one way on how you create some financial abundance for yourself. Different ways of sharing your stories. We have anxieties and worries. So what people love about you is that I think because you have such a macro perspective, such a high perspective of life, that you don't let the little things worry or get to you. I just saw 444 on the timer. And it's not to say that like you don't worry about things, but you don't let it consume you. It's like you identify the worry and then you're like, okay, like let's figure this out. And you tune into yourself and you know, you let your intuition guide you and you solve your problem, but you don't let it weigh you down. You don't let it hold you back in any way. You confront it and you deal with it and you move on. And people find that really admirable. So we have balance and harmony. Yeah, so people love that you're really balanced. Again, we had 666 and the Six of Pentacles here, which does talk about balance and harmony. Conscious mind. So you're very much aware. Yeah, you have this higher knowing, this inner knowing and this wisdom. You have the heart chakra, which totally makes sense. The green Aventurine is related to the heart chakra. Which again, like people just love how caring and compassionate you are. We have business venture, okay? So people love what you're doing for work. Maybe you're like a digital nomad, or you have like a travel blog or something like that, or you're a travel agent, things like that. People love what you do. They find it really interesting. We have February. So you could be also an Aquarius or a Pisces. You don't have to be, but Aquarius being ruled by Uranus is really rebellious, very innovative, definitely likes to break free of conformity. So that totally makes sense to me. And Pisces in the 12th house is very old soul energy. Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac and is really dreamy, really creative. And yeah, we have dream come true here. So I think people think that you're also really dreamy. And with the King of Wands, they find you really attractive as well. Like on the inside and the outside. Like people think you're hot is what I'm getting with the King of Wands. We have wish fulfillment. Yeah, like you are a wish fulfillment to people whose lives you're in. And also people just love that you always manage to get what you want. And then our last one is focus on what you have. So people love that you have so much gratitude and appreciation for the experiences that you've had, for all the possessions that you've accumulated in your life. And you're not just on this like endless train of materialism or capitalism of like buying stuff just because the next person has it or just because everybody has it. It's like you're happy with what you have and you only buy what you need, and you're happy to share what you have with others. So pile 3, that's everything that I'm seeing for you. Let me know in the comments how this resonated for you. I really enjoyed your reading today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the post notification bell so that you never miss out on when I upload a video. I love you so, so much. Thank you for letting me read for you today, and I will see you in my next video. Bye! Hey there, pile 4. If you chose the Angelite and the Prisma Visions Tarot, this is going to be a reading all about what people love about you. So you can put your crystal up here. First, we're going to take a look at some oracle cards that I pre-shuffled, and then we are going to shuffle the tarot together on camera, get some more details, and then I'm doing something a little bit different. I have this bag full of little paper scraps, I guess, with different messages and keywords on them. So we're going to shake this up at the end and pull some final messages for you. I'm really excited to get into it. I'm going to put your tarot off to the side, and we are going to start off by taking a look at these oracle cards. So we have the Merkaba, number 32. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. Ooh. Okay, we also have success. Love that. We have chop wood, number 42. Interesting. And then you actually got 2 of the animal spirit cards. The other groups just got 1. So we have the owl, the air element. And we have the crow, also with the air element. Let's move these down a bit. We have miracle, the solar plexus chakra. Wow. And finally, we have befriend the word polarize, number 25. Okay, pile 4, what people love about you is that you are so powerful and super magical, and that you're also really spiritual as well. Like, we have the Merkaba and the owl and the crow. Like, what? This is crazy. Both the owl and the crow talk about clairvoyance. So that could be a gift that you are already aware that you have, or maybe you're unaware of it, but you just seem to know things without really knowing them. The crow talks about like knowing the unknown, seeing the unseen, about the past, the present, and the future. So maybe you have like premonitions or visions or just an intuitive knowing about things that are going to happen, or about, you know, like if I do this, then this is going to happen, or things like that. But you have a really intense energy, like even with this Black Panther here, there's just such intimidating eyes, and like the owl is staring straight on too. And with the Merkaba, like, wow, you're super magical. People love this about you. Like you have a really different energy compared to most of the people that you're around. And people really love that you're so unique. People love that you're really wise. You give really good advice. And you just always know the right thing to say. And I don't mean telling people what they want to hear, but telling people what they need to hear in a compassionate way. Like you have a lot of life experiences that have taught you a lot, and that's why you're so wise, and you like to share these lessons and what you've learned with people to help them in the situations that they're in as well. With Befriend the Word Polarize, you're definitely a strong character. Like, I don't think you don't take shit from anyone. And people love that about you. Like, you're not gonna just let someone disrespect you or let someone walk all over you. Like, you're gonna tell it like it is. But you're definitely connected and in tune with the spiritual realm. I would be really, really surprised if you didn't know that you have spiritual gifts. So maybe you like to access the Akashic records, or you're interested in it, or you've gone to a professional to get your Akashic records read. I'm also getting that you might lucid dream, you might astral project. Maybe that's part of how you see and understand how certain things are going to pan out. Or maybe you visit your loved ones in the dream world and connect to them in that way. But what I find so interesting is that with all of the success that you have, with all the abundance and all the power that you have, that you're still really humble. And you don't see yourself as superior to other people. You see everyone as equal. The vibe that I get is that when people meet you, they may not know just how successful or how wealthy you are, because you seem like such a normal person in that sense. Like, maybe you still just dress in like regular clothes, or like you don't buy super expensive fancy designer things, and like you don't drive like a Ferrari or things like that. But then when people talk to you and get to know you and stuff, and they realize how successful and how wealthy you are, they're kind of like taken aback, because they're like, oh, like you don't act that way. And it's not a bad thing. It's just like you're humble, like you still do regular, ordinary things that we all do, like we still gotta do our laundry. We still have to like sweep and vacuum our house and things like that, and like you still take the time out to do those things and to kind of tend to the little everyday moments. And so people love that they can relate to you in that aspect, because not everyone is going to be super spiritual and super magical. Of course, everyone is connected to the spiritual realm, but not everybody agrees with it, or not everybody sees it that way, or not everyone believes in that, and that's okay. And not everyone is going to be as successful or as wealthy as you. And so people appreciate that you're still kind of like, just still relatable in that sense of like having normal experiences that other people would have. Like still running into maybe obstacles that in your career, still maybe having like a problem in your relationship, like you're not immune to having obstacles. It's just the way that you overcome it may be different to other people. People definitely think you're this, super magical, ethereal being. You bring a lot of light wherever you go. You can even see it here in the chop wood card. I don't know if you can see, but there's these like light rays just beaming down. You bring a lot of color to people's world. And maybe you open them up to things that they hadn't thought of before, they never noticed before. You have this kind of shock value that people really love. And you definitely stand out from the crowd. Like, I feel like when you go out and you're in public, people might stare at you a lot. And not because like you look weird or you're wearing like a super flashy outfit. It's just your energy. Like your energy just pulls people in and they can't help but stare at you. They think you're super unique. They want to get to know you, but they're also a little bit intimidated and scared of you because they feel like you're just super powerful, like super important. But I think you're really kind as well, and people love that. Also with the Merkaba, people think that you're really well balanced, like in terms of your masculine and feminine energies. And it doesn't matter what gender you identify as. This is just energy we're talking about. And everybody has both masculine and feminine energies. So it's like, you know when it's time to take action, when it's time to be assertive and really put your energy out into the world. And then you also know when it's time to pull back a little bit, tune into your intuition, be receptive to ideas, to downloads, to blessings, to opportunities. Because you can't just be go, go, go all the time, and you also can't just sit back and not take any action at all. There's a very fine balance, and people love that you seem like the kind of person who has their shit together, is what I'm getting. And you may not feel like you have your shit together, you may not feel like you have it together all the time, and like that's totally normal. But it's the impression that you give off, or the energy that you give off that you might not even be aware of. And so people are really, they're inspired by you. They want to, it's like they try to figure out like how you do things so that they can incorporate it into their life as well. Also with the Merkaba, something else that came to mind was that you might be interested in quantum physics, or just different like theories of the universe. You know, like things like reincarnation, star seeds, different like spiritual gifts. You also might read tarot yourself, things of that nature. People just find it really interesting. So now we're going to take a look at tarot and see if we can find out some more details about what people love about you. Also, I love that the deck for this group is the Prisma Visions, because it has this eye on the card, and it's making me think of the third eye, which is very fitting for these cards here. So I'm gonna move these up a little bit. So Spirit, what do people love about pile 4?
What do people love about pile 4, please? What do people love about pile 4?
So we have the Two of Wands.
What do people love about pile 4?
Ooh, we have the Three of Swords.
What else? What do people love about pile 4? What do people love about pile 4?
Okay. We have the Devil. So that's Capricorn energy. Let's get one more card. What do people love? Okay, that was quick. We have the Nine of Cups. Beautiful. And on the back of the deck, we have the star. Yeah, I love that. Okay. Oh, interesting. So underneath the star was Strength. And Strength was at the bottom of the deck before we even started pulling these cards. So I really wanted to be seen. And so the star's Aquarius energy. So another thing that people love about you, Pile 4, is that you're really mysterious. I notice in the Two of Wands and the Nine of Cups, these are the only two cards that have an actual person in them, and their backs are both turned. And well, I guess technically in the Star, there's this feminine figure falling, but again, like you don't see any features on this person, it's just the outline. So you're definitely really mysterious, which, I mean, to me totally lines up with this kind of like magical energy and this panther symbology as well. So you're very mysterious. It really draws people in. It really allures them. You're very magnetic. I'm getting really strong Scorpio 8th house energy, which came out in pile 1, but in a very different way. So you could have strong Scorpio or 8th house placements. You don't have to, but it's the kind of energy that I'm picking up on, where like you're very mysterious, very alluring, really powerful, and really tempting, but not in a bad way. Tempting in the sense of like people really want to get to know you. People really want to talk to you. People really want to be your friend. It's like they want to be in your circle. And with the Devil, it's also making me think that you could be really misunderstood. Like people's first impression of you could be like totally wrong, or just, yeah, like way off, because you're really strong and confident and powerful and successful and all of that. People may think that you're cold or you're unapproachable or that you're like a heartbreaker, but I think you're really kind and you're really generous and you like to share your wisdom and share your successes with your loved ones. I think you're also extremely graceful and sophisticated, and you have poise. You have a vulnerable side as well that you don't always show, because I think you've been through some tough experiences, some heartbreak. Maybe you've been judged, so you don't always show this side, but it's almost like there's a time and a place to show it, and so you show it when it's necessary to show it. And people love that about you, that you have this softer side, like a more emotional side, which again, because that makes you, not that it makes you more relatable, but people feel like they can relate to you better when they see this more vulnerable side of you, when they hear about your struggles and the difficult things that you've had to experience and overcome and grow from. I think it really makes people feel better, in the sense of like, well, if pile 4 can go through all of these things and be this like really successful, abundant, confident person that they are today, like I can do that too. Oh wow, that's crazy. Okay, look at this. So you know how I was saying with the crow, how it like sees the past, present, and future? The way that these cards are ordered, the Two of Wands is looking into the past, the Nine of Cups is looking to the present, and the Star is looking into the future. Wow. And okay, speaking of balance, like we were with the Merkaba, we have the Moon in the Two of Wands, we have the Sun in the Nine of Cups, and then on an even more magical level, it's like literally the Sun, the Moon, and the stars. Like you have it all, which is what the Nine of Cups talks about as well. Like people really think you have it all. They love the success that you've built for yourself. They love that when there's something that you want, you really go after it and make that happen. And I think because you've gone through such difficult times, that adversity doesn't really scare you as much anymore. Because it's not like the kind of energy that I'm getting is like, well, if I've been through, you know, XYZ, these really dark, hard times, then of course I can get through this obstacle that I'm facing, or this problem that I'm facing. And you really give people a lot of hope. You're really an inspiration to a lot of people, and they're really grateful to know you or to have you in their life, yeah, you're really a shining light to a lot of people. When you want something, you make that plan to make it happen. And once you have that plan and once it's all figured out and you've like made that decision to go for it, like there's no stopping you. You don't let anything hold you back or keep you down. So I'm noticing as well, 42 reduces to a 6 and 15 reduces to a 6. And this has come up in, I think, 3 piles so far. Repeating 6s, and 6 is all about harmony, balance, unconditional love. And so I think that despite these really dark and difficult times you may have been through, that you didn't let it harden you. You didn't let it make you a cold person or a bitter person. You're still a really compassionate and loving person. And it's really admirable. People love that about you. So now let's take a look at these 3 tea leaf oracle cards. These are going to just be extra messages, things that people love about you. We have angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. Yes, yes, yes. And you literally chose the Angelite. Like, I can't, y'all. Okay. Okay, so people literally think that you're an angel and that you're such a blessing. It's really clear to people that you are in tune with the spiritual realm. So you're probably really connected to your guides and to your angels, and ask them for signs, ask them for guidance. People feel that like your success is also attributed to the fact that like you're always protected in whatever decisions you make, and it's almost like nothing wrong or bad can happen. But I also think that yeah, you're also a spiritual guide for the people who are in your life as well, for your loved ones, because you have so much wisdom to share and it really helps people so much. We also have money path. Oh yeah. A path with money is waiting for you to find it. Yes, exactly. And yeah, I mentioned the devil is related to Capricorn. And Capricorn rules the 10th house, which is all about our career, our reputation, our status. And Capricorn is really ambitious, really, really hardworking and determined. Capricorn will stop at nothing when there's something that they want. They make that plan and they are so dedicated and persevere through anything until they get to the top of that mountain and get their wish fulfillment. And so even if you've already seen a lot of success in your life, or if you're not at the level that you want to be, people love how much potential you have and how you always find a way to make things work, how you always have new ideas for creating abundance for yourself. And then we have Caterpillar. Things will not always be this way. Change is coming. Yeah, we were just talking about potential, and it's like, even if you feel like you're still a caterpillar, you're going to be blooming into a butterfly. It's just a matter of time. But the funny thing is that I think that you've already turned into a butterfly. I think you grow and you level up and you ascend many, many times, which again is making me think back to that Scorpio 8th house energy that we were talking about before. But you find a way to persevere. You don't let your circumstances or your challenges hold you back. You know that things aren't always gonna be difficult, and you find a way to see them through. And like I said, that really gives people a lot of hope and inspiration that they can look at things in their life in a different light. That's beautiful. Okay, so now we are going to shake up this bag, and we'll be pulling some final messages on things that people love about you. So, what do people love about pile 4? What do people love about pile 4? What do people love about pile 4? So we have emotional maturity. Yeah. And I think that's due to like these tough circumstances that you've gone through and having to grow and change and evolve. All of this wisdom that you've gained, you have a much higher perspective on things and you're not easily triggered, you're not reactive, you're very composed, and you approach things and situations with a lot of maturity. We have impulsive. So people appreciate, or what people love, that you're not an impulsive person is what I'm getting for this. I think you're incredibly patient and you don't rush into things. You really take your time to plan, and it's kind of like, it's like you stalk. Not in like a creepy way, but it's like, you know the perfect time to strike. You don't want to be too hasty and strike too soon and miss out. You know what I mean? You know the right time to take action. We also have happiness. So another side of your really complex energy is that you have this really like light and airy and happy energy to you as well. Like it's not always so intense and so serious or so hardworking or so career focused. Like you find time to be a little bit lighter, to have a laugh, to do things that you enjoy doing, to see the people who make you really happy. And people love that, yeah, like you're so well balanced in literally every aspect. We have heart chakra. Yeah, you're definitely really loving and compassionate. That vulnerability that we were talking about. You may not always show it, but people know that it's there and they really love and appreciate when you do show it. Yeah, we have love. People just love you. They love you for you. We have fall or autumn. So your birthday could be in that part of the year. So what would that be? Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. So you could have those placements. You don't have to. We have destiny. So this came out also for 3 groups, I think. And the message is the same. Like all of the experiences that you've been through, especially the difficult ones, were part of your journey so that you could gain the wisdom that was needed in order to ascend to the next level and in order to share this guidance and this wisdom with others. So we have masculine / yang energy. Yeah, exactly. It's like what we were talking about before, where you know when it's time to take action and to really exert your energy into something. And people appreciate that people love that you have the confidence to put yourself out there and to make things happen. Interesting. So we also have spring. So your birthday could also be in the spring, which would be, I think that's Aries, Taurus, and Gemini. Interesting. We have justice. So if you were born in the fall, you could be a Libra. People also love that you stand up for what's right. Like if you see a situation that's unfair, someone is being or treating someone unfairly or wrongly, I think you always speak up for people, even if if they're too afraid to speak up for themselves, like you'll speak up for them and you'll stand up for them. Because again, because you are so balanced, like you want to bring balance to people and situations. We have May. Okay, so if you're born in the spring, you could be a Taurus. Interesting. We have rejuvenate. Yeah, it's like the star. You have this like a healing energy to you. And I think when you hang out with people or when you interact with people, it's a breath of fresh air. Like it's always exactly what they need. And I think I said that before. It's like you're not purposefully trying to just like tell people what they want to hear. Sometimes they may not even tell you that they're having a hard time or what they're going through, but you probably sense that something's going on and you just seem to innately know what it is that they need to feel better. And people just love that. Like it's almost like they can talk to you if they want to, but it's like sometimes they don't even have to say anything and you just know what it is that they need. Love that. And then finally we have new inspiration and ideas. So I think you get a lot of divine inspiration, or you get ideas from your dreams or from like the astral realm and things like that. And I think people notice that. People love your creativity. They love these like ideas that you come up with. They're like, this is only something that pile 4 would think of. Like that's so typical of pile 4 to be so innovative and creative and like thinking outside the box like that. Like how did they do that? But that's everything that I'm seeing for you, pile 4. Let me know in the comments how this resonated for you. I really enjoyed doing this reading for you today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed watching this, and be sure to hit the post notification bell so that you never miss out on when I upload. Thank you so much for letting me read for you today. I love you so, so much, and I will see you in my next video.